Hey, happy. It's one funny morning. I'm Dana Blizzard, and it's too early in the morning. This is the dumbest show in the whole world.
From Monday
to Friday. Sometimes on Saturdays.
Why would you say that in front of all these people?
Dean stinks.
You never know what's gonna happen.
That's your Dateline voice?
I don't know.
It wasn't good.
It wasn't.
It's not a chicken leg. This is a chicken leg.
Look at that manhole cover on my face.
Not a bad rendition of me. Hold on.
We know your brother. We'll give you a ride to school or whatever.
That's called
our school
murder
time.
in New Jersey.
he was a lot
Like with
with his everything.
What's outside your puerta de clima?
That's Stellan! Yeah! Good morning. I was just about to make a post for Facebook to say, girl, we're not there. I'm late. Is it obvious? I was moving Dean yesterday, and it was a very long day. Gang's all here. Let's see who made it over. Let me just write a little note on the Facebook. I'm sorry. I left right after the morning show yesterday and did not get in until super late last night. Man, I posted a little picture of Dean and I don't even think his eyes are open. All right, give me a second. Good morning. Good mopping. Okay, that sounds right. Good morning. Dean and I moved his things to his new apartment. No, this is too much, right? I should just post. Okay, hold on. Just give me a second. This is too much. I'm not awake. Are you guys awake? Just say hi to each other. I know. The weather today, it's very weird. It's the beginning of a new era. Just watch 2 ads. Girl. This is just the beginning. Here's me. Look, I was like, should I shower? Should I not shower? How long have you been on? Like 3 seconds. And not even like a good 3 seconds. Let me see if I can find a picture of Lulu. I'm not. Would I say that I'm killing it? Good question. No, I wouldn't say that. Random picture, random picture, random picture. Let's just do this. Ready? No, that's my mom eating a pizza. Wi-Fi's meh. It's on the right Wi-Fi. I can only fix one thing. How is it August already? We have so many problems. Where's the join button so you get laid? That's what I wish you wrote. You didn't spell paid right. If you watch an ad, Chocolate Lab Lover, then essentially that helps. I don't know how much it helps. But eventually we have memberships. But I'm not there as a person. I'm not awake. You have clean, you have clothes on. It's a win. Thanks, Mooney. Thank you for saying it that way. I don't even know what this is a picture of. All right, here's a picture of me and Judy. Judy, we look gorgeous. Here's a throwback pic of Judy and I in Saskatoon. If you'd like to see the morning show, we've moved to YouTube. Visit me there by searching. Okay, I'll let you out in a minute. Give me a minute. 1, Funny mother. I'll put some exclamation points. Okay, I feel like we did a great job. Next. Okay, post. Done. The audio is garbled. Okay, listen. we can only be so good. Okay? We'll figure these things out. I've been looking for a table. Andrea sent me a table, a round table she found on the Facebook. Come here, let's go outside. Come on. Booby. I know it worked yesterday. Today, not so good. Stupid notifications not working for whatever reason. I'm just going to have to show up whenever. I'm surprised it's anyone that I figured out how to get here. Audio is fine. Maybe just play with it. It actually says that I have a strong signal, so I'm not sure why it's being wonky. We have to give this new venture a chance. Did I mismatch? No, Nancy, because let me tell you about yesterday. Let me tell you why. It was crazy. So I was here, and obviously Tommy Thong was here. So we were doing things in the carriage house, and still fighting with the township. And yesterday, before we did the show, I had run to ShopRite to get a whole bunch of stuff for the kids. So you may have heard me say that, Dean and Jacqueline have been living together for the last year, but they have separated and are on their own. So Dean was going to be moving with a bunch of bros. So I was like grabbing toilet paper and paper towels and all kinds of stuff before I left and had gone to ShopRite. And so, come on, Leo. So by the time I get in the car, I was hoping that I might be closer to New York, but I'm not. I'm actually like 2 hours in New Jersey. I was like a cool hour and a half. But moving to this new country of Pennsylvania, I'm actually farther. So I was just driving forever. And then yesterday was the last day of Dennis Malloy on the radio station. And so I was calling into the radio station yesterday to say goodbye to him. They were doing a whole bunch of stuff, making more oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. So I was just like, like you spend a day where you just run from place to place and you're like, I don't even know my name, like that. So by the time I got to New York, Dean had been up from 3 a.m. to 11 a.m. and I showed up at 12:30. I don't know if that's just going to stay like that. Let's put it on for 30 minutes. 11 hours, sure. Whatever. So Dean was coming home from work at 11 a.m. and I was supposed to be there at 11, but I was late, so I didn't get there till 12:30. And so he had to be asleep by 6, 7, because he had to get up at 3 a.m. this morning. It just was so much. And it was just him and I moving all this stuff in his apartment, down the steps into my car. And my car's not that big. It's like a small SUV. So we made 5 chips. It was about 10 blocks away. So we would load up and we knew the rain was coming. So we're trying to get everything moved in time. And then there's nowhere to park where he moved to. So do this. So I'm like halfway on like the sidewalk, but it doesn't seem like anybody cares. I know. I think so he's moving in with some of his buddies. So they were like moving their own stuff. And so it just was mayhem. And then he's getting frustrated because things are not packing well. And he, at one point he like snapped at me about something. And as soon as he snapped, he goes, I didn't mean that. I'm so tired. He was just like Stu Nod. He was like, I didn't mean to talk to you like that. And I was like, it's fine. And he was like, let's just sit down a moment. I was like, dude, you can't sit down. We cannot sit down. You can't fall asleep. And so, yeah, it just, he was like, let's just sit for a few minutes. I go, we're not allowed to sit, and anywhere there is nowhere to sit. So Jack, their apartment where they were is very small, and there's only an air conditioner in one of the rooms. And so if you leave the door open, eventually the place gets cooled off. Well, there's also a cat, and we're opening the door a lot. So I was like, dude, we have to put this cat in the room. So we put the cat in the room with the air conditioner, which meant you were essentially tying off the air conditioning to the rest of the apartment. Fine. Didn't seem like a big deal at the time. We get his first round of stuff. We go to the apartment. He's the first one to move into the new apartment. We get there and it's nowhere to park. So I'm on a sidewalk. We get upstairs. There's no electricity, which means there's no air conditioning. And yesterday that meant that it was 110 degrees in the apartment. And I was like, dude, why is there no electric? He's like, I'm sure someone will figure it out. I said, dude, you need to call right now and you need to get the electric on. He's like, it's fine. I'm only here for one night. I said, you can't be here tonight. It's 110 degrees. So I was like, we got to get out of here. So I was like, we're parked on the sidewalk. There's no air conditioning. We need to get out of here. We hop back in the car. We go to Jacqueline's. We load up again. But now it's a little hotter because there's no air conditioning over there. So now I said, we're not going over there until the electric is on. So now we're sitting outside and it's just a mess. We finally get up there. The air is on, but it's still 90 degrees. So we go back to Jacqueline's. Now it's so hot at Jacqueline's apartment. And now we're like, hurry up, just get this stuff out of here and into the car. So we do that. And then by the time we get over to his apartment, it's freezing cold. And I'm like, I'd rather it be freezing cold. It just was that, just back and forth, just over and over. Yeah, it was just like, when you're doing stuff and you're like, I'm too old for this. I'm 50. What? So we do that finally. So then I was like, let's get you something to eat. So now it's like around 5:00 and everything was moved except for the desk. I said, dude, let's get you something to eat. He hadn't eaten. So, and it's a cute little area. He wasn't so sure about the apartment. I said, I don't even know if I like this apartment. It was all so rushed. Just, one of those starting over days. And so we go to this cute little restaurant around the corner. And he was like, all right, let's go back. I said, why don't we walk around the block? Your friend's not here yet. Walk around the block. I was like, oh, that's a cute little part of town. And so it was nice. We just walked a little and he started to feel better about it. So then Brett showed up and then they had to like rock, paper, scissors about which room, who was going to get what. I know. I also said I'm too old for this the last time. Yeah. So now Brett shows up. So Brett's like, Dean, would you mind helping me? And in my mind, I was like, he needs to go to bed. Like, I was like, definitely his mom yesterday. I was like, did he tell you he needs to get up early tomorrow? But like, get up at like 2, like not at 6. He has to get up at 2 in the morning. I was like, listen, you can have your friend over, but then he needs to leave and you need to go to bed. It definitely was like a mom moment. And so, there was another girl named Jess there. So Jess and I are pulling stuff out of the van. The boys are moving all the heavy stuff up the steps. At one point, Dean and I have like a TV stand in our hand, Allison. And I'm like, listen, I'll bring it from the van to the stoop. But at post stoop, I'm done. So I'm standing there and I'm like, Brett, you're going to need to come down here. And he was like, oh, do you want me to help you? I was like, no, I'm not bringing this TV stand. I said, look, I go, Brett, I'm 52. I'm 52. I will tell young people my age. That's how old I am. He's sitting there saying he's 25. He's asking me if I want to bring this TV stand up. I said, Brett, I'm 52. Okay. Does he have an elevator? Robin, you're hilarious. You know that your child has made it when they're living in an apartment with an elevator. That's how I'll know that he's got health care and he's in a good place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. 52 sounds young to me. I don't know, Mooney. When you're sweating and it's 90 degrees and you've already moved all the stuff down the steps one time. And that was my kid's stuff. I brought all Dean's stuff. This was Brett's stuff. I go, Brett, you seem like a nice kid, but I just met you. I'm not bringing your stuff up the steps. I'll break my back for my son. But, I feel like we got to get to know each other better. Mm-hmm. I'm 55. I've moved my daughter 12 times. Beth, I wonder if I added it all up. I'm getting close to your number, Beth. And that's an accomplishment. We should have a shirt. That is an accomplishment. You know how some people do like a mud run? I'm like, mud run. Yeah. Did you ever carry a dresser up on your back? And guess what? Ain't even my dresser. That's what my day was like. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it was just, it was a funny day. So I take Dean to get something to eat. He only lives on the second floor, Anna, but dressers, when you're moving a dresser, it could be on the fifth floor. It wouldn't matter. It's just too much. So we do this whole thing. I move Dean up. I take him to lunch. We walk around the block. We come back. Brett shows up. We move Brett's stuff. I didn't take him to dinner. Then who comes in the 11th hour? Who you think shows up? You want to take a guess? Mm-hmm. Who shows up? How much does it cost to pay movers? Just curious. Well, more than they have. I feel like movers are like fancy people things. Yep, Jacqueline. Jacqueline shows up. And she gets wind that somebody got wings for lunch. So all of a sudden, Jacqueline hanging out all of a sudden. Here's Jacqueline. So, what are you guys doing after this? Mm-hmm. I said, I don't know. It's kind of the end of the day. Oh, it is? Because I heard you took Dean out for, was it wings? Acting like she didn't know. What was it that I think it was chicken wings. I love chicken wings. Mm-hmm. Trying to get a free meal. I said, Jacqueline, you get your free meal on the day you move. She's like, but Dean moved. So I go, but you weren't here for it. You were at work, so you actually didn't help at all. She's like, can we get some wings? I said, fine. So she's like, Dean, do you want to come? I'm like, Dean has to go to bed. So then second shift showed up. Now, I could have left after first shift. I was just like, I could leave now. And she's like, let's check the area out. Okay. So we went and got something to eat. Did that. And then she was like, okay, so now we're walking back to my car. And she's like, okay. And she hops in the seat. I go, what are you doing? She goes, well, I figured you could just drop me off. I go, well, I live that way. She's like, that's all right. Let me go the opposite direction. I'm making more oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Margaret, I messed up the recipe the other day. So I just had like a whole bunch of flour and baking soda in a pot. And I was like, you can't waste this. So I'm going to make some more because they was so good. Maybe I'll freeze some, she said jokingly, knowing she's going to eat all of them. I know. She knew I wouldn't say no, Tanya. So we just went for empanadas, which I can't eat. So I just watched her. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, I know. And then here's what she said, Curly Top. Curly Top said, it's nice when your child wants to hang out with you, even if you have to, you have to pay. I was like, I don't mind it. I understand now that the torch has been passed. If I go out to dinner with my mom anywhere, I'm like, you can give the bill right to her. Like, it's what you have to do. So now we're walking over to this empanada place, which is her favorite place. And she was like, you know what? I am so excited that I get to take you to my favorite empanada place. And I said, take you implies that you're paying. So aren't I taking you? She goes, no, I'm walking you. So I'm taking you. Okay, that's not what that means. So I fight with my dad over the check. Well, that's because you have to. It's you, Brian, right? It's not how it works with girls. That's when we want to be taken care of. Every other place, we're like, I want to be independent. Unless it's my mom. And then I'm like, you should be independent, mom. This is a great way for you to show that. No, there was nothing to eat there. No, I brought pasta and pasta sauce. Dean doesn't have pots. So we couldn't make anything until Brett showed up. And Brett was only like dropping his stuff off and then leave. It was a whole thing. Luckily, I brought the toilet paper. There was no toilet paper. Yeah, my daughter loves taking me out to lunch so I can pay for it, followed by shopping, which I also pay for. Kezia, the circle of life. Yeah, no, Allison, I had already eaten, and she loves the empanada place. I was like, I'm good. I think I had a salad that was very expensive and not that good. So I was like, I'm good. Do you ever just get so poor that you're like, turns out I'm not even hungry? I think somehow your wallet and your stomach are connected. You know what I'm talking about? Where your stomach knows you've already spent your allotted money for the day, and your stomach's like, I don't think we're hungry. And then it makes hungry sounds. Yeah, Kimberly, let them pay. Circle of life. Everything is expensive in New York, but I feel like I would do a lot of cooking at home. At least that's what I say. I don't know. But Jacqueline definitely said she's been cooking a lot more at home, which I think is good. And when I say cooking, I mean turkey sandwiches. Oh, there's that. There's that. All right. Is that why I was skinny back in the day? Yes. Yes. My son's dorm doesn't provide toilet paper. I guess that makes sense. I feel like ours did when we were youngins. All right, let's put this in. Maybe I'll dry my hair via oven. Let's put the timer on. Okay. My daughter and I used to go every Christmas. It was expensive for food and groceries. Yeah. Well, that's why I started like shopping down here and then just bringing groceries up. Me to get the ballpark last night. I bought 2 drinks because I haven't watched him play in a long time. Aw. You got a recipe for these cookies? Girl. These are really good. Yeah, maybe we'll do them for Voila sometime. I don't have the recipe in front of me, or I would show you. Did I tell you guys we're moving the store over? So the store, which used to be at OneFunnyMotherStore.com, will be at One Funny Mother. So everything will be in the same place now. So it may mean some things for you. I'm not quite sure how it's going to look, but you might have to. I don't really know. But all the recipes will be there. Yeah. How many roommates does Dean have now? Same. In general, they usually have 4 roommates. Yeah. So I used to survive on frozen waffles and Mickey D's. Yeah, that's her. Rebecca, if you had enough OFM bucks to convert to like we converted them all to like open mic points. If you did, you would have been notified via email. I think you could still check it, but I think Wendy said it was like 1,700 points. Then you could do a month of open mic if you wanted, which is kind of interesting. But if not, yeah, there's nothing else to put it towards. So I'm sure it's definitely more budget friendly and good for just it is, Michelle. That's where I think I'm going to be shopping. There's some things I do have to buy it at like Acme or ShopRite because they're the only ones that cover it. My dorm provided toilet paper. Not sure if the apartment style dorms provide. Yeah, no, they don't. Baby steps, Melissa. I know somebody posted a picture. I think it was Kezia, right? Kezia posted a picture of Tommy Thong and I yesterday on her television in her living room. We look like a real show. Jacqueline moves. I think she said now it's like the middle of August. So yeah, I have to. She just told me yesterday, so I've got to look at that date. And listen, and I haven't been to the gym in a while, so I was like, I gotta get back to the gym. But maybe just moving people will be, the gym. So she is moving a little further east, further from the city. They're both still in Brooklyn. I'm not sure what section Jacqueline's in. Dean's still in Bushwick. Yes, Nancy yesterday, Dennis Malloy just retired or semi-retired because he'll be filling in here and there. So that was the other thing. I called in yesterday to wish him good luck because it was just funny. I was thinking that it's been, I think it was 19 years that I've known him. So I had to call and just say some wonderful things about him and Judy and the two of them. So if you're not familiar, Dennis and Judy are a talk radio duo that have been together. I think they said 32 years, which is unheard of in radio, and at the same station with the same partner. So they're just iconic, and she's a woman who has stayed in radio for a really long time, which is unheard of, and with a partner, and both of them were just so good, and it's just awesome. Is there a Philadelphia Folk Fest this weekend? Let me look. Philadelphia Folk Fest 2025. Maybe. Tickets on sale now. No, 15 to 17. Hezekiah Jones, Mason Porter, and Chris Casper, and then a whole bunch of other people. Where is it? Upper Salford Township. There you go. Music festival starts this weekend. Music Fest in Bethlehem. Is that the big one I had gone to? I think I went to one in Bethlehem before, which was great. Who's taking over for Dennis? So even after he does, I talked about that yesterday, Kathy. I said, Dennis is a really good cook. And so he would always make things and bring it in. And so I decided to make him something. So I made a mozzarella salad. And I gave it in the break. We were just going to come back from a commercial. So I made a plate, handed it to him. And I was he must have opened the show, but I was talking and like setting up the topic. And I was like, so the other day, it was probably something about the kids and blah, 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 something about school. I don't know. And I'm looking at him and he's going like this and he's eating. He's just like, and he's making this face. Now, no one can see us. So you have to like talk to you. I go, what are you making that face for? What is that face? And he was like, you made this? And I was like, yeah, I made it. It's homemade. He's like, well, the tomatoes, I mean, God, they're homemade from the ground. Jesus gave them to me. So he's like, in your garden? I go, no, ShopRite's garden. And the mozzarella, I, wasn't making burrata in my garage, but he was like, but it's homemade. I go, well, yeah, because I put it all together. He was like, but what is this that's on it? I said, oh, that is Italian dressing. And he was like, and then I think he spit it out. And I was so mad. So I was talking about it yesterday. I said, I was on the air and he started trashing my homemade tomato mozzarella. And we got into a big fight. He was like, this isn't homemade. We got a big fight. I was mad. I said, you're telling me somebody brings you something homemade and that's the face you're going to make? He was like, it's not even good. And I lost my mind. And I said, I said, do you remember the day? And then you made fun of my homemade mozzarella? And we're laughing about it. I said, I was so mad. We got into a fight. And then I was so mad at you, I gave you the silent treatment, which was odd since we were on the radio and you're not supposed to do that. And I wouldn't talk to him. And it was just so funny. I was like, I think that's the opposite of radio. It's the silent treatment. And so, but it was funny. He was literally like, oh, I auditioned to be on this radio station. It was a contest and I eventually got the job. But the very first audition that you go to, I had to do 1 hour of radio with Dennis at like a mall or something. So it was up in North Jersey. I was like, I don't know this place. I don't know this mall. I don't know this man. Like I didn't know anything. And so I just showed up and he was like, how are you doing? I go, I'm fine. How are you doing? But he was so good. And he was just a great mentor and a kind person. And so, yeah, it was nice to be able to hang out with him for 19 years. And you always just felt very safe with him on the radio. Like he can be outrageous at times. But he would say to me, like do you like talking about this or like talking about that? I'm like, I don't really like talking about that. Or, I feel comfortable with this or this, but not that. And we didn't necessarily have the same political beliefs. It can be a very political station. And so, I told him what I was comfortable with and not comfortable with. And he very much respected it. And I remember being on the air one day and somebody just coming after me about something I said. And, I'm fine defending myself. That didn't bother me. But he jumped to my defense and just started reaming the person out. And before I could even say a word, and he just always made you feel safe around him. And, if he felt like you were uncomfortable, even if he was fighting with you, he would protect you. It was exactly how it should be. And, it's when, and I think it was probably the same with Judy, that when you are with somebody who, yes, we're here for entertainment. Yes, we're here for banter. But you're never going to get off the air and feel disrespected or thrown under the bus. There's something important about that, I think, in a partnership. So yeah. So he's a good guy. I'm going to miss him. Maybe I'll convince him to come on the morning show sometime. Because he's just super fun. So yeah, I have to invite him so you can all meet him. Anyway, so that was yesterday too. There's just a lot happening. It was funny yesterday just spending, how many times do you just get to spend like one-on-one time, even though we were moving? And clearly we had like a job to do. It was just kind of nice to just spend the day with Dean. And like how many times that he was like, don't tell anybody I told you this. I was like, okay. Okay, Dean, I won't. And I won't. I just love that he would be like, I'm going to tell you something, but don't tell anybody you told it. I go, okay, I keep secrets with you. You know what I mean? I just love it. It's just, it was my favorite. All right. Okay. Timer. Let's do 3 minutes. Is Dean going to be in a new place with her? Oh, no, he has roommates. They're all kind of moving in at different times. So he was the first one to move in because he was subletting his apartment for a month. And then the girls, so this girl, Nini, just moved in yesterday into Dean's place. And then the 3 of them will be moving somewhere else. I love spending time with my boys alone. Yeah. And nobody tells me secrets. I am a blabbermouth. Yeah, he doesn't have solo apartment money. I didn't purchase this table, Andrea. I literally, it was cute, but I liked the size of it. I actually found the table that I want, but it's in Bayside, New York. Like, because I was in Bushwick, I went online, Andrea, because you gotta check the Facebook Marketplace on the regular if you're looking for something. And so I just happened to look at, and there was literally the exact table I wanted. I go, oh my gosh, it's here. But I don't think I can fit it in my car. And I was just like, I can pick it up in Bayside. Tanya, it's big. It's 48 inches. 48 inches. It's a circle. Oh, look at that jiggle. Girl, I got to go to the gym. Look at it. It had its own zip code for a second. We would need a pickup. It's too much. And I feel like, maybe if I drove like Jason's car up, maybe it would be fun if I could meet you in Bayside. It would be a 5-hour trip. It's worth it. It's a really beautiful table. In your convertible. You could go get it and come down and spend the weekend. Oh my gosh. I forgot you had a convertible. That would be so fun. So when there is an ad, do we miss content? You can rewind and fast forward. My adult son is one of my best friends. He does everything with me without asking. Salt water cures everything. That's so beautiful. I know. It's Brian, right? The real Shalimar. It says rent the U-Haul truck for $19, but then you have to do mileage, and it's probably 100 miles. I don't know how much they charge a mile. I know, it's a really nice table too. See, Fox said, I'm just getting used to this. I know, I think we all are. Do we watch both ads or just one? I'm not sure, Tracy. We can try to test it. We could test it if you watch them all now. So yesterday I was checking the YouTube. I'll do 1 more minute. And I was like, I wonder how long it takes for it to tell me like what we would have made yesterday, right? And I don't think you can gauge by one day. This was yesterday. Yeah. It just says estimated revenue. Are you ready? $0. So I don't know if it takes like 24 hours, 48 hours. You're clearly getting ads. So that's why we're not going to worry about it. We're not going to be the girls that get on the scale every day and weigh ourselves. We're not going to be that. We're going to just, starting today is our first day exclusive on YouTube. We're going to do it for a month. And then we're just going to evaluate come September 1. And we're just going to see if we're still making $3. And if we are, then you know what? This is what Jesus wants. and we'll have to make some decisions. If we make $6, I mean, then the tables have turned. And again, decisions will be made. But I'm not going to worry about it. Watching you on my TV, much better than on my phone. Yeah, just keep trucking. Yeah. Monica's like, I haven't seen any ads come up. Yeah, it's really weird, Monica, because like some people will have ads and some people won't. It's just like random. So some people might get a lot. And a lot of it has to do with like who, like if there are businesses around you that bought ads, then you'll see them. But if there are no businesses around you that, you know, purchased ads for your area, then no, you won't see them. So it's random. Girl. If I could figure out, now I know I'm leaning into the oatmeal cookies lately, but I know Judy sent me a recipe for like a oatmeal breakfast cookie, which I do want to try to figure out like a good, look at that girl, they look so good. Let me bring this over. I got ads. I got local ads today. Exactly, the 5. And that's what it'll, for the most part, they're almost all local ads. They're all going to be like, you know, things in your area. Most people are doing like targeted ads, like Big Bob's Furniture or something, you know, so, but you'll all get different ones. I keep getting a Venmo ad. That's random. Maybe there are some national ones. I don't know. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. I feel like I'm getting a lot more out of this time around. Maybe because I didn't mess up the recipe. I don't know. I also let these chill for an hour, which I didn't do with the other ones. So I don't know if that changes things, but. These are so yummy. All right. Girl, I so need it today to be Friday. Also, I watch on the laptop, so that might be part of it. Yeah, it does seem to be a little bit of a different experience when you're watching on your phone versus your computer. How much is premium? So Joyce, I don't know much about premium, but I think that premium gives you access to like other content that like people can't watch. In other places. So I'm learning. I think I'm learning just as much about YouTube as you guys are. So yeah, I know they really smell really good. People have premium with no ads to still see and make money. So here's what I think is going to happen is that when we start the membership, which we're trying to get our act together on it, I just haven't been in one place for more than a few hours. Those ads may stop if you have a membership, because it's essentially saying, you know, I guess it kind of turns into like Hulu or Netflix, where you can like buy Hulu, where you can buy Hulu with no ads. So you might pay like $4 more. So, but I'm not positive, but I think that might be the case. So, you know, in a lot of ways, it might be just more enjoyable experience if it's not interrupting all the time. So, told me he pays for the ad for YouTube, and I've been using the regular free one all this time. Yeah. So, and I think it even changes to if there's membership. So I'm going to try to work on that. next week. I'm just trying to hit whatever deadline is first. You know, when you live your life based on what's due next. I need oatmeal cookies and what you do. It is Wendy Luber's birthday. What was she doing? Oh, they're going to do a family thing today. Look how yummy, girl. Let me get some more because it'll look even better if there are more cookies on here. All right, are you ready? And there's still even more to be made. Look at that. That looks fantastic. I think I should make it one more time with nuts. I know. It's actually cooler outside now than it is in here. I'm going to open the windows. All right, look at that. That's a good one. I actually don't like a ton of chocolate chips. I just need like a smattering. Okay, this is a good one. Yeah, you can pause the live too if you get interrupted so you don't have to rewind. Oh my gosh, look how good. That's perfect. Please add closed captions. I know. So I'm going to try to learn how to stream directly from YouTube. I think I have more control if I do it directly from YouTube. But are they soft or crunchy? Yes. Like right now they're soft, but once they cool, Allison, they're like crispy on the outside, but like squishy in the middle. Tell me. You could use mini. I could. But I'm not gonna. Girl. If you get premium, $16.99 a month in Canada, do you still get money for your lives? No. No. That would be spread across just them. No. So the premium gives you access. So say I had a TV show. Say YouTube came and said, they could say YouTube came and said, we want to put your morning show on a premium channel. It's like a huge opportunity, right? Because they're going to put you in front of everybody. But they would say, we're going to give you, $2 million a year. We're going to pay you $2 million a year. You'll be on our premium. You'll be in front of millions of people, yada, yada, yada. So then I don't need the membership, right? So I don't care if I have the ad revenue or not, because I'm kind of getting paid at the beginning of it. So there are certain shows that are put on the premium channel that you are then paying almost similar to like a Netflix. Like, oh, I can only watch, Veep on this channel, or I want to watch Hacks on HBO. It's like that. It's not the same pay formula. Yeah. But I do think if you do a membership, there's not ads. But I'm going to check on that for you before I say for sure. From your lips to God's ears, you never know. Listen, if they say, Gina, putting you on premium. Oh, okay. You never know. You never know who's watching. Membership is different from premium. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Premium is and again, this is just my recollection. Premium. Let's read it together. I don't want to speak out of turn. YouTube Premium. Let's think about it. Yeah, like when you become a member of a specific person. All YouTube, no interruptions. YouTube and YouTube Music, ad-free, offline, and in the background. Monthly trial, $0, $9, $7.99 a month. Pick your plan, individual, family, student. Premium light, downloads, background play. Exclusive features only on premium. Stream videos without interruption. Stream music, ads free. Oh, I got some music as well. Play YouTube in the background. Continue watching your videos whether your screen is off or you're using other apps. What's included with premium? Ad-free experience across YouTube, YouTube Kids. Also includes music premium. You can listen to more than 100 million songs ad-free. You can download videos to watch off live, play videos in the background while you use other labs or when your screen is locked. You can share your premium membership with 5 other household members. Yeah. So this has nothing to do with like supporting individual creators or anything. No. Even though their ads are, you should support them with creators based on how much their content is watched by subscribers. Okay, Alejandra. All right. They don't have that on here, but how do I add people? Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but I don't think it's in the same. I don't know. Yeah. I have it on my TV. The only thing is you don't get the comments, so I have to use my phone to see the comments. Oh, so if you, would everybody I subscribe to get a portion or just you? No, I don't know how they do it. Right? Because I don't know. I mean, I doubt that they're like, so you're saying like if you did the $16.99 a month, depending on how much I watch as a premium member, that creator will get some of the money. Yeah. But I don't know. To monetize YouTube, creators need to join the YouTube partner program, meet specific requirements. Yeah. So I'm already in that. Such as ads, YouTube and features like super chat and channel memberships. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't have it took me years to figure out how much I was making on Facebook. And it took me years to figure out that how you subscribe on Facebook, whether your computer or phone, meant something different in terms of what creators take home. That took me years to figure out. So I don't know. I can't. So, you do you, whatever works best for you. If you do watch a lot of people, then it might make sense instead of doing like individuals, doing the premium. But I couldn't tell you what that means for, although I couldn't even tell you how much I'm getting from, because I haven't done the research. So I don't know. Yeah. And you need people to like your videos to help the algorithm as well. Well, that's good. So they give you a regular counting of what you make. So it doesn't look like they do it per video. Not that I can tell, but all mine were turned off. So that was a problem. But you have to hit a threshold of like $100 for them to pay out anything. So I just hit $100. But that wasn't yesterday because it was paid out before I don't know. Yes, I'm in the YouTube partner program already. I have been. It's just apparently they were turned off. Isn't that ridiculous? If you subscribe to a person, then you get the same no matter what you subscribe on. I know. Well, it's because of Apple. It's because, Apple got into a lot of trouble because there was like a big gaming game. I forget which game it was, that it was like iconic. Like it was just everywhere, ubiquitous, a good word for it. Like everybody knew it, everybody loved it, and all the kids subscribed. And at some point, they went to Apple and said, "You have got to lower Apple takes 30%." So again, if so Facebook takes a cut, then Apple takes a cut, and then whatever's left over is you get, right? For us, for our purposes. For this gaming company, they were on the Apple Store, and Apple was consistently taking a third of their money. And the problem is there's no other app store. And so they took Apple to court and said that they have a monopoly, that they're, at some point that number should go down to 20% or 10%. Like you're literally just taking all this money. And so it became a big court case that lots of apps were watching because at one point they took this game off the app and just made it so that nobody could download the app, essentially crippling the app. And their whole philosophy was that Apple, basically was controlling the world, and they're making it so no one can compete with them, and then making these deals that no one can keep up with. Yeah, exactly. So it became a big case, and I believe that they did come to some resolution that, so that Apple wasn't taking as much as they were. But yeah, Apple pretty much does whatever it wants. Lab Lover said, comments can be seen on your TV using your remote, arrow up and scroll to comments. Okay. Yeah. Is that about what you normally see watching live? 363 watch. Yeah, I would say we're usually in this range or just a little over 400, depending on where we are, what we're talking about. So yeah, I think a lot of people, let me see if anybody wrote on my post about the show moving. One comment. Somebody saying, I'm not coming. There she is. No, it's Kathy. Okay. That's weird. Now I'm going to have to post stuff to Facebook. Live chat on your TV and see them while watching. The number watching is skewed as some of us are watching on 2 devices. Oh, I see. Why are you watching on 2 devices? Can you see the chat history on playback? I couldn't find it yesterday. I don't know. Maybe somebody can answer that for you. Yeah. Not going to be able to comment on others' comments is driving me batty. Did you guys rely on that a lot? Like, would you do like ask Suzanne Smith and like talk directly to that person? But I thought Shakendra figured out yesterday a way to do it. Does anybody know like a shortcut for how you can? Anne-Marie. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Okay. 15 minutes is the magic number on these cookies. It says 8 to 10, but I like a nice crispier cookie. No, you would comment under other comments. Oh, you didn't have to add them. It would attach to one. Oh, thanks, Kim. It created a thread. I think you have to do something to keep live comments. Yeah, and I may have more control over things once I start streaming for there. The only thing is that I don't, this what is that, Allison? Being Milani? What's that? this allows me to like add pictures or that's done. Add pictures. I don't know if the lighting's better if I back it up. Or your videos easily. So I got to figure out how to do that on YouTube. That's going to be my next thing. So it'll all work out. So now on YouTube, you have to type the whole name to reply to somebody, and I cannot always spell LaFive's name correctly. LaFive, can't you just put yourself as LaFive the way you do LA-5? This is cool. I have you on my TV and I can chat with my phone. I got you. I got you. Pros and cons to each. Yeah, I think on YouTube it makes it definitely easier to stream to your television now, right? I know, you're all going to learn each other's names now that you have to spell it. Lucy said, do I get a certificate now that I have learned all this stuff like a VBG? Yes, please keep sending your videos for sure. I taught the live fitness classes on here and was told they're working on the reply comments, but only a certain number of watchers. Some lives can have over 10,000 watching and commenting. What? That's amazing. It's hilarious. Oh, and her do not care cub. Yeah, no, I like her. She seems fun. Hey, babe. All right, everybody. Well, that's it for us today. It's Friday. Thanks for being here. And we're going to try this all again on Monday morning. But thanks for trying to get over here and working with the tech and shorten your names for Shakendra and all of the things. But have a great weekend. And like Judy from Saskatoon and Good Time Andrew say, make some cookies on the weekend because they're yummy and everyone will love them. So that's it for me. Have a great weekend, a blessed weekend, and I'll see you guys all Monday. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Hey guys, if you enjoyed today's morning show, make sure to follow us for more One Funny Mother content.
Okay, all right. Morse code is tapping.
And check out OneFunnyMotherStore.com for great new inappropriate swag. And for more exclusive content, consider becoming a supporter.
She got a bad leg.
Thanks again, and we'll see you tomorrow on One Funny Morning.